After years of fighting an addiction, some people in Southern Oregon say electronic cigarettes help them quit tobacco smoking.
And while most doctors don't recommend the battery-powered e-cigarettes, some swear by their success. News Watch 12's Christy Lewis is live in the newsroom to explain why one researcher says people are being too uptight about vaping.
A local e-cigarette business has just expanded in Medford, and the owners say it's a sign of an increase in demand. And some of the people buying those devices say it helped them kick the bad habit. And one medical doctor, tobacco researcher, and public health professor says that's enough for him to approve of e-cigarettes.
Nancy Lowe was a longtime cigarette smoker, and when you smoke for 30 years, she says it's tough to stop.
I tried cold turkey, I tried weaning myself off.
She also tried nicotine patches and prescription medication to help her quit, and she says that stuff just didn't work.
There's so many different things that you are addicted to. It's not just the nicotine. It's the habit, it's the hand-to-mouth.
She says e-cigarettes are still working for her. It's now been more than 17 weeks without a real smoke.
I would just tell myself, this is my cigarette, and that's what I would smoke.
She and her husband both started slowly smoking fewer cigarettes and spending more time vaping.
But I enjoy it. I really do.
They slowly cut down on the amount of nicotine in the liquid, and now she just inhales the flavoring. And that flavoring is still not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, so most doctors do not encourage vaping. In fact, a Medford hospital already banned the use of e-cigarettes on its property. Dr. Michael Siegel, a tobacco researcher and public health professor at Boston University, is unlike local experts. He says the first step is to get these people off of tobacco, to get them off cigarettes, because that's what's going to kill them. Electronic cigarettes are not going to kill them, but the tobacco ones might.
Most doctors agree that inhaling what's inside of an e-cigarette is not good for you, but Dr. Siegel says at the very least, it's a lot better than inhaling what's inside one of these.
Siegel also says there's no tobacco in the product, there's no smoke, there's no combustion. This is not smoking, this is vaping. It has completely different characteristics. And while the characteristics may be completely different, vaping still meets those social and behavioral needs to keep Lowe from going back to her old habit.
That big cloud of, vapor, which is really nice. When you're trying to quit smoking, that's one of the addictions. You're addicted to that look. I'm like, have no desire to go back.
And even though e-cigarettes aren't completely regulated by the FDA right now, there is some information available on the FDA's website about the devices. For a link to that information, you can look for this story on KDRV.com. Live in the newsroom, Christy Lewis, Newswatch 12.